Okay, so of course, by reading this title, you would know that this is the Last Stand Union City 75% speedrun. I'm going to be explaining a lot. The time would suggest that I will be talking for a very long time, and I am, because there is a lot to cover if you want to know about the run or other things about the game that I've figured out. So this category is called 75%, which means we're only going after the last reward in the achievements. Now there's let's see, about 24 achievements, adding up to 100%. We only need to get 75% of them because you don't actually get any award for 100%. Now, I say that, I don't know that, because it's impossible to get 100% in this game because of how broken it is. Now, right there, I'll have to explain that achievement. So, that achievement right there requires you to force open a lock with a 30% chance or lower. And I had exactly 30% chance, which is why my skills and special for the game were 9 intelligence and 2 luck, and I didn't tag security, which is the lock opening skill. Now I did this to get exactly 30% because the percentage is based off of your intelligence or your security level, and then luck, which I intentionally lowered luck. So you'll be seeing the achievements I'll be getting. If you've played the game or even to look at the achievements, you should know some of these. And so basically right now what I'm doing is just, getting all the achievements. Now, there's a reason why you can't get 100%. There's a handful of achievements that are either extremely risky to do, as in you need an insane amount of luck to get, or borderline impossible. There is a handful of lock picking achievements. Pick 10 locks, pick 20 locks, force open 3 locks, and then fail a force lock with a 95% chance to pass it. Obviously, that being a 5% chance to get that achievement. Luckily, I actually got it in this run, as you'll see. And then force open a lock with a 30% chance, which, you know, as we did. Now, why can't I get all the achievements? Well, the rules for this say that I can't use. I'm not allowed to use any premium items, or I can't even use the premium mode because it affects one of the achievements, which means you have to fill up your storage container, and when you have premium, it's already filled up. So as soon as you put in any item, it will recognize it being full and give you the achievement. So I've decided to just completely ban premium in general. It doesn't affect the speedrun because there's no reason to go into the premium level either. So if anyone decides to run this and they have any dissenting opinion, it won't matter. Because why would you use any premium content unless you wish to cheat? So I'm searching all the containers. You need to search through 100 containers, and when we're doing that, we're going to be searching through containers anyways until we find 20 books and 50 healing items. As you can see here, I'm leveling up my security so I can pick more locks and have a better percentage of chance of force locking. And I actually do fail a few force locks. Anyways, there's a lot to unpack, and I'm not really I'm not being very organized with this. So there's a total of about 22 locks in the game. So if you pick 2 locks, it is impossible to force lock 3. You can force lock 2 and then get the 30% achievement and the failed 95% achievement, but you can't get the force lock 3. So the highest percentage you can get is 95%. Okay, well, another problem with that is there's another achievement called, I actually don't know what it's called, but basically what you have to do is consume 15 pill bottles. There are 3 healing items in the game. There are pill bottles, bandages, and medkits. They all heal your health, and same with food, which we're going to go into a lot of stores and get. We need to eat 50 food. So, pill bottles, some of them are in locations where they will be there every time, and sometimes they will fall off bodies with backpacks, and you can pick them up. Unfortunately, it's very rare that you'll find them, and so As you can see, I missed this split a while back, but it was a really good split. It was a gold split, and so was Enter Hospital, I think. Now, yeah. So basically speaking, the only way to get 15 pill bottles is you find the 7 or 8 that are put in the area that they're supposed to be in, and you have to find the rest off zombies. I did get 95% once, and basically it took me about 2 hours and 40 minutes because finding those pill bottles is just extremely rare, and there's no guarantee that you'll get pill bottles when you kill a zombie with a backpack. Because zombies with backpacks are already pretty rare, and whether or not they'll actually drop pill bottles is even more rare. So that was an extremely lucky case where I do not understand how I got it, but I did. Another thing is, I think bandages, it's the exact same thing. I just think they're a bit more common, so you don't have to rely on the zombies. The other achievement that I decided to cut out is Annihilation, which is to kill 2,000 zombies. Now, throughout this entire run, I actually just, I think, barely get to 400 or a little bit below 400. Um, so that's nice. But yeah, again, it's 2,000 zombies. That's ridiculous. You can see a method I use for killing zombies because there are a handful of achievements that's just, kill 100 zombies with SMGs, get 10 critical headshots, get 50 headshots. Um, and so basically, that's going to be towards the end of the level. If you've played this game, you probably know exactly where I'm going to do it at to make this easier. Um, anyway, so back to the speedrun. So right now, I'm just collecting stuff that I'm going to need: food, health supplies, nothing really important. Also searching through containers because I want to get through 100 containers. There is an achievement later that I have to consume 10 medical items, which can be bandages, pill bottles, and even medkits. So that's very nice. As you can see, I got the $5,000 from just saving and quitting and doing the infinite money glitch a bunch of times. That's an achievement to get $5,000, and then to spend $1,000 at the King's Pawn Shop. So we're about to enter in hospital the next minute, and the old strat, which is why I saved so much time, is I went into most of the rooms and searched for containers because I believe that there'd be useful items there. There really isn't. This time I learned and I didn't. So here I buy the SMG, and I'm not going to use it for a very long time. And this is why we get so much money, is because we need to actually buy SMGs, ammo, and melee weapons. And I decided not to equip it for some reason. But anyways, so yeah, kill 30 infected with melee. We just need to get the 100 kill with melee. And then we need the 100 kills with SMGs, 100 kills with assault rifles. And there's also other kill achievements. For instance, cripple 20 legs. Kill 20 zombies with explosives. Right there we did a room warp. If you don't know what room warps are, they're in every any percent run. Basically, when you enter in a door, the game is active and it loads in the area. It just doesn't load in many details, which is why the screen is still black. And right there you just saw it where I was in the room for like maybe a fraction of a second, and I used that time to teleport, or I went to open the door, because the game doesn't check to see for like the first frames that you enter in a room. It doesn't check to see whether or not you are actually near the door to go through it. It just checks to see if you've highlighted the door, and then I guess it doesn't input the value that, oh, you're positioned, so then it allows you to teleport. It is pretty random though. You can't do this with every door, surprisingly. So I don't quite understand the glitch. I just know which doors it works on and the setup for how to do it. So we're gonna walk out like normal. Yeah, there's achievements to complete 20 tasks, which is essentially the quests. You don't need to do the additional tasks. The only additional task you need to do is get Kelly, because that means you get the achievement for acquiring a survivor companion, and the second achievement for swapping weapons with her. Now, Hank is basically just go to the top of this motel that will take you forever. And while you're there, you might as well pick the lock that's in the same room and search all the stuff because there are books in there. Now you can get to the 20 books well before you can get 20 books without struggling too much. I mean, this was a very stripped down version of the scavenging that I used. I actually didn't go into a lot of buildings that I deemed weren't worth it, even if I found books in there previously. And this lock is giving me trouble. Come on. There I go. So we unlocked the door, but we didn't go through it. We just need to pick the lock, and that's one of the few locks that you aren't able to force open. Because when you force open a lock, there is a chance that you'll break it. And so, with those ones, any lock that's connected to any kind of door with an area, it can't be forced open because the game is basically saying you cannot break this lock because then you won't be able to go to this area. Also, especially for the main quest, locks that you have to pick will normally have a key. So it's not like the game's screwing you over if you don't have the security skill, which I thought was very lovely. And most locks also have keys, especially with doors, so that's also not a very big deal. I don't know what I was doing here. That wasn't very important for me to do. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, it's just going around collecting achievements. If you know the achievements list, that's really cool. I'm not going to show it or put in a link or anything. So yeah, 75% is the 100% category technically for now. I am thinking about adding a new category, which I got the idea from Mr. Noob's one of his Let's Plays, or it wasn't really a Let's Play. It was a playthrough of this game on hardcore headshots only. And I thought would be really cool is if I played this game. This would be the speedrun. 75% plus all of the additional tasks, plus hardcore mode, plus headshots only on survival difficulty. Premium mode would have to be activated, but I'm not allowed to touch any of the premium weapons or go into the premium map. And I'll say why, because again, premium map is basically useless. There's no reason to go there. I don't see any advantage whatsoever. So even if I would allow it, there would be no point. The premium weapons are kind of cheap. I just feel like the game is, it just gives you these free amazing weapons. Okay, that's kind of OP, which is why it's banned for every single main category. And this is going to be a miscellaneous category. However, those weapons being in there, that will one of the achievements to be extremely easy, which is basically fill up your storage. It's already filled. It's already actually more than its maximum capacity, so you just have to try to put in an item. The game will tell you it's full, and then you'll get the achievement. So, but okay, so premium mode has to be active because headshots only and hardcore mode I think are only premium add-ons. So what hardcore mode does is it basically means if you die in the game, it's over. You have to restart, which means death warps are out, and I gotta be more careful with health. I can't just die and respawn. Once you're dead, you're gone. Which is a shame because in this run I actually utilize I think one or two death warps. I think just one, just like the 80% run. Headshots only. You can only attack zombies and deal damage through the head. So if you hit them in the head or shoot them in the head, that's the only way to deal damage. And of course, that eliminates one achievement, probably even two. The achievement is to cripple 20 legs. Since you can't deal damage to the legs, you can't hurt the zombies through the legs. And the second one would be explosive kills, unless you hit them in the head with the explosives, which I'm not sure how accurate RPGs are. Even if you do get 5 missiles and it is area damage, I haven't tested it out yet. So right off the bat, we are having some difficulties, and we might have to come up with some other achievements to get. Maybe it would be pistol kills or something, I don't know. However, though, I feel like it would be a very interesting speedrun, especially with survival mode, meaning it's going to take longer, so I am going to have to scavenge for food and actually ration it over time, and not just consume it all to get the achievement. On top of that, this strat where I use the grenade launcher to kill the Herc guards would basically be useless because I don't want them to respawn. So right here we got some books. This is kind of the place where I know that there's books. I shouldn't have gone into that door. You don't need to go in those doors. This is where I kind of held out, you know, on getting books. And there's a few other places that I went to that I know have books. Anyways, so back to the run. So yeah, I think it'd be a good category. It's gonna be a miscellaneous category. It'd be like hard mode, true 100%, which is you're doing basically everything you can with the hard difficulty side up. It definitely adds a bit more of a survival aspect to the game, which I think would be very interesting. Because any percent, it just ignores the fact it's a survival game, and 75% mode is basically just do everything, and also ignoring the fact that it's a survival game. I predict my first run, which I will do like a seemingly blind playthrough of this. I'm going to be doing it at around maybe in about a week or so. But I have a feeling it's going to be around an hour and 10 minutes on my first playthrough. I know a sub 1 hour is possible, but without actually testing it and doing a test run, I don't know what my time would be or what I can get. I'm just assuming my first run will be like an hour and 10 minutes. Other than that, let's look at the 75% or even more. So right now we have Kelly still. We have the grenade launcher. We're going to get ready for a death warp, but we're going to go through some buildings first. These, I know there are books in here. Thankfully, when you see the books like this in the desks, there is a higher chance that there will be books that you can read. Now, the books are interesting. The books level up skills by how much smarts you have. And so it would be a nice incentive to take a smarts skill to then level that up. And I kind of have a seizure here for some reason. And some more locks to pick. I'm not even sure what's in this. Oh, bandages and pill bottles. Cool. Anyways, so there is one achievement we don't get because we want to maximize the amount of achievements that we actually do. That we're able to do without much luck. For instance, pistol kills would be one of them, but the thing is, it's extremely slow and it's basically not needed. We did used to do pistol arrow, and what I would do for that is I would just go to the first level with the M9, which is I think the best pistol, or the best pistol you can get, and then just use that. I didn't do the room warp here because honestly I didn't want to skip these rooms. These rooms are very important. They do have books, and even the rooms in the Herc camps have books. Anyway, so now we're accepting the task to go and now find Bethany in Union Park. And this is why optional tasks aren't really necessary, because there's only about 6 optional tasks. The first one is Kelly, the second one is Hank, Darren has 3 of them, and right there I got the force and broke a lock with 95% chance, which means I can't access the lock. That was basically the extra achievement that decides whether or not I even get SMG kills. But after this run, I actually kind of figured out that the SMG is better than the later assault rifle that I get. And then you'll see what that means. I don't lose time, but I think I do lose time, actually. Anyways, we shot one enemy with a grenade launcher, which means that they will both despawn. I have no freaking clue why this happens, but it's basically the only way for the death warp. Kelly dies, thank goodness. I don't like Kelly. She's not very helpful. She is kind of annoying. Anyway, so we're done with rescue now. And there's not much really to talk about. We're later gonna have base and get some few items in there, and then we're gonna grab the RPG. I'm just gonna grab some more ammo because I'm not really so sure. So towards the very end of the game, as you can tell, is when we get our kills. And I found out one thing. You need 100 SMG kills and 100 assault rifle kills, 10 critical headshots and 50 normal headshots, and then 20 crippled legs. The SMG is actually really accurate and got me the most headshots per kills. while the assault rifle that I use, the saw, later in the game, is good for crippling legs because it's very inaccurate. And I get a few headshots, but nothing too much. So, I don't know. I might have to do the route for both, or just level up my precision a lot, or whatever. But yeah, so obviously, depending on who's playing this game, they might pick different achievements to go after, and I think that's completely fair. But this is the route that I'm using if you want to follow it to a T, because you don't need to go into all the rooms. My first PB was like a 45 minute, I think, and then not too long ago it was like a 43 minute. But that's because I did all the tasks for no reason whatsoever. I went through almost every single building and searched it thoroughly, and so yeah, that just wasn't necessary. So yeah, 100 killed with melee. It's now interesting. I grabbed the saw right there with 100 ammo and put everything into fitness when I really should be putting it into automatics. Game starts lagging a bit, that's fine. I think we still have a lock or two to pick. Yeah, anyways, so I got really surprised with this. I had a 34-minute PB after having like a 35 minutes and 15-second PB. So this giant jump really came from hospital. Me skipping a lot of hospital and a lot before it, and even skipping some buildings in stadium, and just having a general idea of what I need to do and what am I allowed to skip. For instance, the route made me go through and get all the notes. I don't know how many notes there are, but there's an achievement for 5 notes and an achievement for 30 notes. We get the achievement for 5 notes, I think, just by playing the game and running into a few extras. But then after that, there are an additional bunch more. So, but yeah, getting those extra 30 notes is basically a pain in the butt. I don't know why I'm losing so much time here. There's not much to do in base. It's actually very similar to any percent, I think, except I went into 2 extra buildings. One I didn't need to go into, and one I kind of did. But nevertheless, it only lost like 30 seconds, and we're still really far ahead of PB. So, yeah. This isn't that optimized. I haven't done many runs of this route. It's brand new. I didn't think sub 30 would be possible, which is why I'm submitting this, is because this might be the first PB I'm actually kind of proud of. Similar to the last stand, Union City, any percent, where I didn't actually submit a time until I got like below 15 minutes. And I think we're done with. I think we're done with picking locks. So okay, we got those achievements. So I go and grab the key to just unlock it because there's no reason. So yeah, everything's good. We grab RPG and 5 RPG missiles because we're gonna explode 20 enemies later. Thankfully, they have splash damage and can kill multiple at a time. So yeah, I think you kind of know what's gonna happen here, and so yeah, tell me what you guys think about this run, and tell me if I should move on to that experimental miscellaneous category, or maybe go to all tasks, or I don't know. What do you guys want to see? I haven't really been considering my audience with these videos, and maybe it's because I don't really get that many views, but still, I mean, if there's someone out there that wants to actually see something different, or see me do something within a game like this, then sure, go on. I don't know. It's a fun game. What do you guys want to see? So right here, we have the M4A1 saw or something like that. Yep. This is where we're gonna get our first kills, assault rifle kills, and even crippled legs. Right after this part right here. And this part I found out much later. I was like, oh shoot, where's a good place to do all these kills? Because I'm not entirely sure. And I was like, oh, well, there's an infinite supply of zombies right here after you go past that checkpoint. And this guy just stands there. He does very little damage to them. And so you can just basically spam this. I'm getting like a billion kills a second, leveling up a few times, and then putting points into automatics and perception. So as you can see, he's just missing, not really doing much damage, and I'm just mowing them down, and we're getting there. So it's not very accurate. You can see in the background to the left, I'm actually missing a lot, and a lot of bullet holes are popping through the ground, and just me being surprised that the game hasn't crashed yet, because the bodies do really seem to pile up. But thankfully they're not spread out, so the texture is just overlay. So I got the 20 leg kills, and now I just need to get headshots, which this gun is not very accurate. So yeah. So I think the strategy might be get the 100 assault rifle kills, and then just do headshots with SMGs, because I got the headshots very quickly. I got right there, 30 headshots just right there, but no critical headshots. I think because the gun's not as accurate, so I'll have to be careful for that. So this time's totally beatable. If you're running the game, second place isn't free for any percent as a new guy. You got 11:59. It's a really good time. So second place is no longer free, which, hallelujah. But second place is free for 75%, and no one has done all tasks yet, or the experimental category. So I leveled up security level 100 because I forgot to do that, and here's where we go and get our RPG kills. I had 6 RPGs for some reason. So there, apparently that was 7. I beg to differ. So we kind of want to wait for the military, because they absorb a lot of bullets and are less likely to be killed. And there is our 20 kills. That's a very good job. Well done of me. We had some extra. I think I shoot myself here on accident. I was just reading to see what I was missing and making decisions. Yeah, I accidentally shoot myself. So I thought this would be best to do this for the headshots. I was thinking, wait a second, no. I will use the SMG, and then I'll see what comes first, the critical headshots or the 100 SMG kills. Either way, I'm going to PV, and I was thinking, holy crap, like, I'm about to get a sub 30. I hope it comes soon, and then I just got a bunch of critical headshots, because this thing's a lot more accurate. As you can see, any second right now, it's going to happen. But this was very fun routing and finding a good category for this. Because this game's a lot of fun. It really is. I was thinking, oh wow, it's that close. Cool, let's do this. And then I wait. I just keep shooting zombies. I think I'm gonna get it here soon. There it is, right there. The negative 27. I think I saw it, or I don't know. But anyways, I got it. I said, oh cool, got the sniper rifle achievement listed, and boom, we are done. So yeah, it's a good time. I'm gonna shut up while the outro plays out, and I kind of want to say a few words. So I don't know if you can hear it or not. Alright, thank you for watching and listening to my post commentary for the future of this game and even the present of this game. Tell me what you think. Leave a dislike if you hated it. Leave a like if you liked it. And if you don't want to leave a like, don't leave a like. I do a lot of Last Stand, as you can tell, a lot of other Flash games, but I mean, with my busy schedule, it's hard to find time to upload stuff. I am thinking about uploading some casual stuff that I found might be interesting, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, then thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.